Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the LB Gym here in Fredericton. We're watching coverage of the ACAA Volleyball Championships. On to the men's semifinals right now. There's your bracket. First up, UNBSJ and the Tommies. Second semifinal this evening, Holland and St. Anne. The winners will play in the final tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Tommies come into this one 19-1 atop the conference, won 17 in a row. SJ sits fourth at 10-10. St. Anne 14-6, Holland 11-9, sandwiched in the middle. Tommies ranked fourth in the nation, the only ACAA team ranked. Nationals at Nate in Edmonton later. Head-to-head series. November 22nd, 3-0 STU. November 23rd, 3-2 STU. February 14th, 3-0 STU. And February 15th, 3-1 STU. That's a whole lot of STU, 4-0. As you would expect, the Tommies 19-1 on the season. Only one loss, that was to the Holland Hurricanes. Tommies all over the leaderboard. Tell you about that as the season goes on, or as the match goes on. Just about set for starting lineups. First, we'll pick them up for the UNBSJ Seawolves. Starters for the Seawolves. Number one, Jackson Ramier, first-year center out of Fredericton and Leo A's High. For Adam Goche, an all-conference performer. Third-year captain out of Regina, Saskatchewan. Seven is William Ziefker. 9, Jacob Huysman. 10 is Craig Bartlett. 11 is Cameron Willis. Libero 5, Benfica. That's how the Seawolves line up for the first set. And now your first place Tommies. That's a dandy look at the post that obstructs my view from time to time. First is number 6, fourth-year center out of Calgary, Raph Fassay. Also out of Alberta from Dewberry, it's number 9, Brenton Romanchuk. Out of St. John's, Newfoundland, Kaylin Noonan. Out of Bathurst, New Brunswick, Mason Brewster wearing 11 in the middle. Out of Hamilton, New Zealand, it's number 13, Kawana Snow. And out of Bedford, Nova Scotia, first-year outside hitter, number 20, Sebi Villeneuve. The Libero, number 1, Braden Bruce. And Oscar Luck wears number 8. Sure we'll see much more of Bruce. At least that would be the initial plan for the Coach of the Year, Henri Mallet. Team cycle through, shake hands, they'll set the rotation. Libero Benfica in. And Braden Bruce in for Kiwanis Snow as well. Seawolves will get first serve, the Rookie of the Year, Jackson Ramier. 631 assists on the season for Ramier. Big serve up for Bruce. Fisset. Mason Brewster, big swing. Good get by Ziefker. Block down, first point, Tommy's, Fisset. And Brewster. And that'll send Mason Brewster. All conference, all Canadian. Back for the service. Romanchuk gets that down the line. Fisset keeps that alive, and putting away in the middle is Craig Bartlett. One. Here's Gauthier. Up by Villeneuve. Fisset. Noonan. With Bartlett on the set. Now Bartlett looking in the middle. Kiwanis Snow won that battle. Still alive though. Noonan, clean kill. Coming to this one, the Tommies, you've won that 17 in a row. But none of that matters right now. It's all on the line. It's a one game, one match, pardon me, ride to the final here. Doesn't matter what your regular season record is, and that's exactly the attitude the Seawolves need to take in this one. We only got to get them once, and that's right now Huysman into the net. Strong serve, Fisset. Bruce, Fisset, Noonan. Out off the hand of Gauthier. 4-1 Stu. Big serve from Fisset. Tipped at the net by Snow. Blocked down, Snow and Noonan were there. Was Bartlett on the attack, I believe. A little bit of traffic moving in front of me here. I'm sitting up. I'm just to the left of the camera position. Usually I'm just to the right. But the awesome crew here from Aurora has got me stationed on the left side. All good, makes no difference to me. Ace from Fisset, timeout, Seawolves at 6-1 Tommies. Up 5, Fassé to serve again. Noonan lets it drop and it falls in. Here's Craig Bartlett. Little piece of the net on the way by. Brenton Romanchuk, clean cross-court kill. Good decoy there by Kawana Snow. Full effort into the decoy. Noonan, big serve. Off of Gauthier. Now Gauthier from the back row. Up by Fassé. Romanchuk tries it again. That one long. Good crowd on hand. Not quite the same level of crowd that was here this morning for the women's game between these two schools. It was SJ taking that in a 5-setter. What an outstanding match that was. But a pretty good crowd here still, nonetheless. We're just a little more packed in then. Of course, we're still coming in. Women's final, UNBSJ and Mount A. Mount A staging a 2-set comeback on Holland to get their way to the final. Down the line, Ziefker. Seawolf settling in now just a little bit. Ziefker on serve. Wow. Mason Brewster, an absolute Thor's hammer on that one. Wow. Long from Gauthier, well called by the line judge. See that on the replay, just going long, barely. Oh, the sneak from Ramier works. Net service from Cameron Willis. Here's Villeneuve. Down by Gauthier. Romanchuk, clean. That one off of Romanchuk. And wouldn't Romanchuk love to get a trip to the Nationals this year? Be pretty handy to a home game. Newbury in northern Alberta, of course. bit to the east towards Saskatchewan, if my memory serves me correct, from Edmonton, maybe even a little north and east. (10-5) for Fassé again. Pardon me, 13-7, somewhere the stats on in the gym. There, it's updated. That's going to be too many hits. That would have made 4. (14-7) Fassé. In the minute that time. Here's Bartlett. That's wide, 15-8. Noonan back row, eats up Benfica. (16-8) timeout, Seawolves. Good look inside the STU huddle. Tommies are set out of the timeout, waiting now for the Seawolves. Service ace from Noonan. Another big serve from Noonan. That one up in the rafters, but made it through clean. And sent out the back. But touched. Point Seawolves. Here comes some substitutions. Number 8, David Valencia. And number 13, John McKinnon. McKinnon back to serve. Third-year center out of York PEI. Off the net, off Fassé. Noonan eventually set that one back to Ziefker, who put it into the net. Yeah, Romanchuk, nothing to do with that one. Love that net cam. Up 9 for Kiwanis Snow. Service ace, Kiwanis Snow. That one played up by Powell. Pardon me, Benfica. Comes Lucas Levine in for Sebi Villeneuve at 20-9. That's the score, not the time. Benfica over Noonan. Fisay. Brewster blocked. Romanchuk keeps it alive. Free from Noonan. Lucas Levine. Didn't get all of it on the swing through. Sebi Villeneuve back in. Ziefker. Romanchuk touched on the way by. That's into the stands. Unlike the spacious UNBSJ gym, in fact, so spacious there that visuals can play a factor in that one. Can't run down a lot of those balls that go sideways. There's not a lot of room. So you get into the stands. Romanchuk with the double tapper on the way by the net for the service ace. Got taped that time too. Valencia on the tip, up Fisay. Bruce Villeneuve. Benfica was there. McKinnon on the set for Gauthier. Gauthier again on the attack. Romanchuk, Fisay. Free from Bruce. Oh, that one might have been going long. Romanchuk on that one. Villeneuve blocked. Romanchuk blocked. What a great rally this is. Villeneuve. Valencia there. I think that was just into the tape. Great look at this one from Villeneuve. Yeah, that one happened so fast I could hardly see it. Brewster blocked, but kept it alive. Free. Valencia. McKinnon for Gauthier. Bruce with a good get. Noonan. Fisay. (23-11) now. Tommy's first set. Villeneuve goes a little strong. Ramier and Huisman back in. Fisay wins the net battle. That one off of Brewster out of play. Wide that time. And Multiple set points here for STU. First set to the Tommies, 25-13. Take a quick break. I'll be back very shortly with some stats and the second set. A little slow getting the stats up here. We'll see if I get a few of them in at least. Tommy's hitting .250. The Seawolves negative .040. 9-6 assists. Tommy's 5-0 service aces. 11-7 digs. 2-1 blocks. Individual leaders: Gauthier 2 kills, Ramier, Siefker, Huisman, Bartlett 1 each. No service aces for SJ. 1 block Huisman for the Tommies. Noonan 4 kills, Romanchuk 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players with a service ace. And 1 block for Romanchuk and Fassé. There's Romanchuk, who's going to get another kill. Up from Villeneuve. Noonan goes short. Free from Benfica. Brewster puts it away. Gauthier with the hammer. Net serve. 3-1 Tommies for Mason Brewster. Blocked but out of play. Off of Snow. Here's Gauthier. Hurricanes and Ziefker win the net battle. The Hurricanes, the Seawolves. Man, I'm getting the teams mixed up here already. Hope I haven't been saying Hurricanes all along here. Every time somebody walks by me with a logo, that's what sticks in my mind. And a nice play at the net from Bartlett. Noonan too strong for Benfica. Net serve Fassé, 4-4. For Bartlett. Quiet start to set 2 here. Neither team really able to get much going. Snow finishes out of the middle. Romanchuk, blocked. And called on the net were the Seawolves. Noonan, little spinner. Blocked. On the attack again. Huisman. Villeneuve. Bruce, what a get. Tipped over. Romanchuk is there. Fassé for Villeneuve. Great work at the net, Cameron Willis. Outstanding plays. Romanchuk. Big swing, good dive by Huisman. Fassé for Snow. Double hit. 7-5 for Kawana Snow. Eight 5 off the hands of Villeneuve. Snow again. Trying to see who's behind the post for me on the serve. It's Ziefker. Huisman keeps it in the air. Ramier. Ziefker. Up Benfica. Ramier. Sets up Cameron Willis for the finish. Eight 7 and Ziefker again. Brenton Romanchuk jumps out of the way of that one, out of bounds. And point Tommies. And it will be Romanchuk. Serving. Huisman from the back row on the push. Fassé on the attack. Ziefker there. Huisman. Gauthier. Romanchuk, Fassé. Villeneuve. Gauthier gets it. Tip try by Brewster and a double hit on Ziefker. Romanchuk. Should be better there, folks, after a little drink. The voice starting to give out just a little bit here. The third game of the day and the fifth one in 2 days. That one long. Wasn't 100% coming in myself, a little bit fighting a bit of a cold all week long. So we'll try to keep everything hydrated and working for the rest of the tournament. Party ball and Brewster. Partially blocked, but down anyway. 12-8 Tommies. Ramier set in the middle, Brewster on a block. That was Gauthier, drifts long. Net violation point, Tommies. 13-8 timeout, UNBSJ. Look there into the SJ huddle. I always find interesting about timeouts in volleyball. Some teams, like the Seawolves, are doing. Collection of the bench players get out and pass some balls back and forth, staying loose and in the game. And on the Tommies sideline, everybody's gathered around the coach. Unlike most other sports in that way, you don't see bench players run out too many places that have a timeout and start loosening up. Villeneuve. Gauthier. That one up for Noonan, who cleans it up. Back row, Huisman blocked by Fassé on a play. Noonan, Fisay, and Noonan. Off a block out of bounds. Give Noonan 7 kills, no errors. Some outstanding percentages for the Tommies on the attack. Ho-ho! Noonan! Up to 8. Brewster net serve. 16-10, Tommies. Winner here goes to the 2:30 championship game tomorrow against the winner of St. Anne and Holland College. The 7 o'clock contest. Noonan, too much, Goche. Tried to make the kick save on that one. Ziefker over Bruce for Romanchuk. Block, Bruce is there. Fisay for Noonan. Noonan goes soft that time. Snow, high bump. Romanchuk blocked again. Romanchuk bats it over. Ziefker, Villeneuve, Fisay, Noonan. Clean kill across court. That's good volleyball. It doesn't get a lot better than that. Noonan tipped that time. Huisman off block. Bruce is there. Noonan wide. Looking to pick that far sideline. (18-11). Bartlett. Snow out of the middle, strong attack. And here comes Alex Fredrickson in for the Tommies for Kaylin Noonan. Fredrickson, 5th year out of Winnipeg. Back to serve. Cameron Willis with a kill out of the middle. Substitutions for the Seawolves. 13 is McKinnon, 8 is Valencia. In for Ziefker and I think Huisman is the other one that went out. Actually, Ramier. Ramier and Huisman out. Double hit on McKinnon. Here comes Liam Aikenhead. In for Kwana Snow. Aikenhead, first-year player out of Dartmouth. Good serve for Aikenhead. That one's off of Villeneuve. They can head out. Kiwanis Snow back in. And Braden Bruce in for Kiwanis Snow. (2013), here's Ziefker. Good get by Bruce. Fasay. Romanchuk. That was McKinnon. Benfica, Valencia. Brewster on the tip. Here's Romanchuk. Valencia. Fredrickson keeps it up. Villeneuve. Oh, touched. I think that was going to go out. Finish there is Willis, and while I'm thinking about it, thanks to sponsors, Fredericton Sport Tourism, the Fredericton and St. Thomas Alumni Association, Capital Region Service Commission, Cox and Palmer, Coastal Graphics, Some Good, Volleyball New Brunswick, Gatorade, Francesco's No Frills, and the Dairy Farmers of Canada. Try to get that in one more time before this match is over. Villeneuve. Too strong for Gauthier. Pardon me, for Willis. That was an 11, not a number 4. 23-15. Noonan back in for Fredrickson. And here's Villeneuve. Gauthier blocked and in. Fasay gets the block. 9 set points for a 2-set lead for the Stu Tommies. Sebi Villeneuve. Into the net. That one is long from Jackson Ramier. 25-16. Second set, the Tommies 1 set away from going to the ACAA championship match tomorrow. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back with action from set number 3. Welcome back here for set 3. Take a quick look at these stats. In that second set, Seawolves 8 kills of 241. Tommy 17 kills of 469. That's remarkable. Overall, the Seawolves hitting 111, the Tommy 375. 26-14 assists, 5-0 service aces, 3-3 blocks. Individual stats and leaders for the Seawolves. Goche Houseman 3 kills. For the Tommies, Noonan 10, Romanchuk 6. That's a get by Noonan. Brewster, big swing. That one down on the floor, but wide off the hands of Mason Brewster. A little too much postage on that one from Cameron Willis. Senate Airmel needed just ground delivery. Noonan, little extra mustard on that one. Brewster net service that time. See there in the background of your screen, anybody in the call them medium green t-shirts with the big T on the front, volunteer on the back. Most of those, and there's been a bunch of them around all weekend, have been volunteers from the other Tommy athletic teams. And kudos to them for helping out. A couple members of the women's basketball team who are doing ball duty for this one. 3-2 off another strong kill from Noonan. To say. Oh, that one backwards off the hand of Bartlett. To say, service ace. Five-2 Tommies, third set. Ramier for Valencia, no touch. Another point Tommies. Noonan has been outstanding in this match. Timeout Seawolves. Noonan up to 13 kills with only 1 error and a 5.45 attack percentage. He's been awesome. hit starting here. Ramier on the set for Goche. And left that one on the net. 8-2 STU. To say, too long. Romanchuk. Valencia. Clean kill. It's a good get by Ziefker on the cross-court attempt from Breton Romanchuk. And a well-placed set from Jackson Ramier. Allow David Valencia finish that play. Here's Goche. Sends that wide, 9 for STU. That one into the net from Bartlett. Since the last few plays here that the Seawolves are really thinking about things real hard. Valencia down off the Tommy block. Here's Bartlett. Snow off of Bartlett. Snow, big serve, too strong Benfica. Snow with the net serve. Well set up again from Ramier, but Seawolves failed to execute. Can see what's going on again now. Some of the fans have moved for me, so back in action here. Romanchuk on the serve and Ramier on the sneak. I forget I could just turn my head sideways here and watch my monitor when I get blocked off. Might be the smarter thing to do. Nobody said I was smart. Ziefker on the serve, up from Bruce. Fasay. Brewster, big swing. And double hit from Benfica. Outstanding work to get the big swing from Bruce initially, but then trying to get back up into position. Ended up with a double hit, 15-7, third set Tommies. Villeneuve. Ramier Gauthier. Bruce is there. That one drifts over, cleaned up with either Cameron Willis or Jackson Ramier. Coach Millay says, I think he was way over our side of the net. Officials talk about it, and they say we're gonna let it stand as it is. If there was a replay, I didn't look at it, so no help. Folks at home probably know better than I do. It's an 8-2 for Brewster. Gauthier hammers that home. Seawolves are going to send it to 4 sets. They need to run right about now. Can't trade points with the Tommies when you get past the 15-point mark in the set. Need to close the gap, need to do it in a hurry. There's Gauthier. Noonan blocked. Back set Romanchuk. Benfica, Ramier, Ziefker. In. Net serve 17-10. Gauthier now up to 4 kills with Cameron Willis. Tommies, Kalen Noonan sitting on 13. Real story, Stu out hitting SJ 364 to 086. That's a big differential. Tough to overcome. Valencia can't do it there. And that's just off the net. No touch from the Tommies. Point Stu. Wow, Ralph Fassé, service ace. Timeout Seawolves. At 19-10. (19-10) Fassé to serve again. Good dive, Fassé. Free from Romanchuk. Benfica, Ramier, Valencia. Down in front of Braden Bruce. 1911 Gauthier. Snow, big swing. Valencia back. Villeneuve, Fissé. Romanchuk on the tip, wide. Called touch though. 2011, here's Alex Fredrickson again for Callan Newton. Fredrickson, good get. Romanchuk, couple touches on the way through, another point. Tommy, just a handful of points away from going to the championship tomorrow. That'll be the winner of Holland and St. Anne. That's the 7 o'clock contest. Can be done in lots of time, the way we're going here right now. Unless SJ's got something special in them. Comes Gabe Powell. Powell, second year middle out of Rosse, checks in for the Seawolves. And here's Bartlett. Up by Fredrickson. Villeneuve blocked. Bruce. Fissé. Romanchuk blocked. Backed over Snow. Fredrickson is there. Villeneuve. Punch, no tip. Free from Romanchuk somehow off the back of Noonan. Or pardon me, off of Snow. Great get now, Valencia on the tip. Villeneuve is there, Fissé. Romanchuk. Net violation. Liam Aikenhead for Kiwanis Snow. Aikenhead to serve at 22-13. That violation on the Seawolves. Valencia. Long. (23-13). Tommy's 2 points away from putting their name on the line for the final tomorrow. Ziefker gets that through Romanchuk and Brewster. Comes Kiwanis Snow back in. McKinnon and Valencia will exchange. And McKinnon back to serve. Seawolves need a mini miracle or a major miracle here. Down 23-14 in the third set and down 2 sets. Villeneuve. Tommy's 1 point away from going to the championship match. A little mop work here on the floor. Gauthier. Brendan Romanchuk to serve it out for STU. There it is, the Tommies going to the championship game. They'll get the winner of St. Anne and Holland. That's a 7 o'clock contest. It's going to give me a little bit of time to rest up the voice between this match and that one. We'll stay here for your Volleyball New Brunswick Player of the Game. Thanks as well to all the sponsors, Fredericton Sports Tourism, the Fredericton Inn, St. Thomas Alumni Association, Capital Region Service Commission, Cox and Palmer, Coastal Graphics, Some Good, Volleyball New Brunswick, Gatorade, Francesco's No Frills, and the Dairy Farmers of Canada. And it will be the Volleyball New Brunswick Players of the Game that we'll get here very shortly. And good to see Tommy's women's volleyball team here lining up. Shake hands with the Tommy men. They were eliminated in heartbreak fashion this morning, 5-setter by the UNBSJ Seawolves. What a match that was. Seawolves and Mounties in the women's final. That's the noon game. 2:30 will be St. Thomas and either St. Anne or Holland. Lots of handshakes here. We get those over with. We'll get the players of the game. Looking pretty good to be Kaylin Noonan for STU. Efficient match for the Tommies. An hour and 10 minutes. Teams lining up on the attack lines. Jackson Ramier, player of the game for UNBSJ. Conference Rookie of the Year, outstanding rookie season for Ramier. And Kaylin Noonan, player of the game for STU. Have a couple photos here, but that'll do it. Tommies on to the men's final tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. The winner of the next match between St. Anne and Holland College. For everyone here at St. Thomas in the ACAA. And of course, the awesome crew at Aurora Productions. I'm Bill Gibson. Thanks for watching this first men's semifinal. One back 7 o'clock for the second men's semi, Holland and St. Anne. That should be a great battle. See you then.